Hi, this is Todd Creager. I'm here to help. Today I want to discuss something based on my last recording. In the last recording, I talked about how infidelity changes the person who was betrayed. Today, I want to talk about how infidelity changes the person who committed the infidelity and where the silver lining is. Because this, of course, is a difficult topic and it's not an all that pleasant topic, but I have helped many individuals who were betrayed as well as who did the betrayal, and I've helped many couples heal and become better. Infidelity is not a good thing, but I've seen people and relationships improve so that they're better after they have learned and healed from the infidelity than before. I'll talk about that towards the end. But let me first start about I have five ways I have come up with how infidelity changes the partner who committed the betrayal. And I wrote a few notes. Okay, one is that the person who betrayed is overwhelmed with feelings of guilt and anxiety. Most of the people I see, they have guilt and anxiety. They're not sociopaths. Sociopaths are another topic for another day. But feelings of guilt, remorse, and shame, as well as anxiety. This. I've seen people age during these times. They age quickly because of the stress. This is not to stress you out if you are a person who cheated or you are a person who is close to a person who has, but it can do havoc with our system. It increases our cortisol level and it can keep it raised because life is constantly a threat. What will I get caught? And once I get caught, who will find out besides my partner? And it's just not a great situation for the body. Again, it's just one of the ways that people will change and how it affects their life. Uh, Number two is related to that. It's the stress of living a double life. Sometimes a person, before they find out, it's very stressful to have to hide it. It's not easy. It ages people too. You know, when will my wife or girlfriend or husband or boyfriend find out? Uh, that's very stressful. Constantly on the lookout and constantly have to hide and cover one's tracks. It's just stressful to live a double life. And then even after there's a discovery, oftentimes there's still somewhat of a double life. I've had people where they stopped the cheating, but they're still paying the person because they felt responsible for them. There are different things that happen to the person, and it's very stressful to live a double life. It really is. Number three, that despite sometimes having the escape of, let's say, ecstasy with this other person or a new partner, that person can still be filled with self-loathing and self-contempt upon returning to reality, which is probably more of the time. For most people that are committing infidelity, most of the time they're not escaping into their new person or a variety of new people. They are, at work or at home or with children, and they oftentimes really hate themselves. We want to change that, but I'm just saying that's what happens. Number four, the partner has to deal with the anger, the understandable anger of their partner, as well as sometimes in-laws and possibly other close people in their circle. So that's another way it changes a person. Whereas this person, maybe they've had fights and they've bickered, but when their partner discovers that they've been cheated on, they can become quite bitter. And I've seen people that cheated say, "I've never seen my partner like that." They've seen another part of their partner come out. So it's really it's very difficult the way they change it. The way it changes you in that way, because you're exposed to this constant anger and exposed to this constant judgment, not only of the partner, but again, it could be in-laws. People look at you differently. Okay, so that's another one. Number five, the relationship with children, if you have children, can change. Now, it doesn't mean they can't heal. And one of the things I do is try to help families heal. Depending on the age of the children, sometimes the children know. Sometimes they know. Sometimes I've had situations where the teenage child, I'm thinking of one case where they're the ones that found out and told the mother about it. So, it can be repairable, but it does change the relationship, and it can be quite a strain on the relationship with the kids. And again, it adds to the stress and distress of the person who cheated, and they have to deal with a permanently changed relationship. Again, it doesn't mean that the relationships are doomed with their children, nor does it mean that relationships are doomed with their in-laws or the wives or anybody else, wife or husband, I should say. But it does change it permanently, because it's just a scar. I always say that I have a scar here in my face, and I'm still beautiful. We could heal, and I'm not saying that you can't have a wonderful relationship with people, which I'll get to in a minute. But it does cause those 5 changes. So those are ways that it's no picnic for the person who cheated. It's really not. Sure, the betrayed person has to deal with their pain, and I've talked about that at length, and probably will continue to. But the person who did the cheating, infidelity, is the holder of the secret. It's no picnic for them either, and that's why it's probably good to reach out before one cheats, because there are other ways, hopefully, to deal with whatever the solution that you're trying to solve with the infidelity. There might be better solutions that don't cause so much distress for you, the cheater, or the betrayed person, or the children, or anybody around you in your circle. So what do you do about it? Obviously, one of the things that we want to discuss is what to do about it. And again, in my last recording, I talked about how people that are betrayed, how they could shift some of the pain and some of the self-doubt and all that into a positive. And with the person who committed the infidelity, it's a wake-up call. And it's time to pay attention to look at, what is it that made me do it? It's a pause in one's life. It's actually a chance for you, the person who cheated, to learn about you. A lot of times when people cheat, they're acting out a part of them they don't know very well. And it's important so the opportunity is to learn about this part of you. I do this all the time with my clients who have betrayed. I go, I know you might judge yourself, but I'm curious about that part of you. Yes, there's that part of you that felt bad about it and remorse, but there's that part of you that cheated. So the most important and the biggest silver lining is to learn about that part of you, because there's something important about that part of you. I'm not saying it's good the way you dealt with it, but I'm saying there's something, I'll say, holy or sacred about this part of you. But we need to explore it. Infidelity comes from a superficial understanding of ourselves oftentimes. It comes from being unconscious and mindless. What we're talking about is being aware, mindful, and conscious, and tuning in and getting curious and learning about this. And oftentimes with another person, such as myself, a professional that can help you through that. So it can actually help you become a more solid person in the future, someone who's even more trustworthy than you were even before the affair, before the affair was discovered, because you're that much more conscious. You have that many more choices about you. So it can be really helpful. And as you do that, of course, other things can change for the positive too. I've seen relationships, like I said earlier, relationships can become far better than they were before the discovery of the infidelity. So the key ingredient here is a willing to grow up, a willingness to pay attention and be curious about yourself, and instead of acting out, to go, what is that about? And then ultimately, everybody who commits infidelity has to also make a choice, just like the betrayed person. Do I want to do everything I can to make it work with my partner and have to deal with her or his anger and angst and distrust? Or is this a sign that I need to move on? But I wouldn't do it without learning about you. It's always important, whether you decide to stay or to leave, to learn more about who you are and what you're about. That's so crucial. You don't want to do things in a reactive way. And that's the opportunity in crises. I've said this many times before, and I'll end with this, that the Chinese word for crisis is made up of 2 characters. One is a meaning by itself, danger, and the other by itself means opportunity. And you put it together, you have a crisis. Infidelity is a crisis. It's a dangerous time. You don't know what's going to happen with your life. You don't know what's going to happen with your marriage, your family. But it's also an opportunity. It's an opportunity to grow, to learn, to be more curious, to have a deeper relationship with yourself, and ultimately a deeper relationship with your partner and others around you. So that's what I wanted to say about that. And keep tuning in. And this is Todd Creager, making the world safe for love.